Hey, what's happening, guys? What's going on YouTube? You guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels, and I got an email the other day. I thought it would make an interesting topic for a video, and it was somebody who's currently working in marketing, kind of doing freelance PPC and SEO, and they were questioning whether they should go to school and get a degree or just kind of continue on the path of what they were doing. And I thought that would be an interesting topic for today's video. I noticed, I think in general, people are starting to question whether there's an ROI on a college education. I think it's a good thing that people are questioning that rather than just mindlessly, parroting the advice, go to college, go to college. If you want a good life, you got to go to college. Because when I was in high school, that was pretty much what was parroted. Like, trade schools weren't really pitched, certifications weren't really pitched. It was college, 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 college. And not only is college not necessarily the right thing for everybody, but is there even necessarily an ROI on it? You're going to take on all this debt and essentially waste 4 years of your life. And are you actually going to see that money back? Is it actually going to help you further in your career? Are you even interested in going into something that requires a college degree? So I think it's good that people are kind of questioning this. I'm not going to blanket statement right off college as being a waste of money. I think for certain career areas, for certain jobs, college is a necessity. I also think that if you are able to get scholarships or grants and can go to college for free, or even get out of college with, like, say, under 20 grand worth of debt, I think there probably is value in college. Even though college is kind of becoming antiquated and not really necessary, I still think there's a lot of companies and a lot of people out there who aren't going to give you a fair shake or aren't going to give you a shot without a degree. So I do think even if the only reason you're getting it is to have that piece of paper, I still think in today's world there's still some value in that. Anyhow, let's get into the email that I got and we'll discuss this a little bit. So the title of the email was Get a Degree or Continue What I'm Doing. And this is from a guy named Austin. Austin said, hello, I've been doing PPC and SEO for a while, as well as learned marketing fundamentals on its own via books, podcasts, and certified courses. I'm also doing the AMA certification course next year. Right now, I'm building my portfolio, offering my services to local businesses. My main goal is to eventually work for myself, but it's too early to escape the corporate life yet. Lately, my friend has been very discouraging. He said that no matter how good I am, I will never work at a respected company in a high position if I don't have a degree. This put a lot of stress on me, and I'm really contemplating if I should go back to university. Has anyone had success without a degree? And going the let me work, speak for myself, right? It's kind of jumbled there, but I think he essentially is saying, do I need a degree, or can my work and my performance and case studies of work that I've done, can that kind of speak for itself? So what I think it's important here, first, what do you actually want to do, right? Like he says that Austin says that he wants to work for himself. And if he wants to work for himself, I always think it's good to keep as many doors open as possible and to have as many options as possible. But unless you want to work in brand strategy for Johnson & Johnson or something like that, most people aren't really going to give a shit about a degree. I think some of the few jobs that you will find where people, where you can't even get an interview without a degree, or your resume will get tossed without even an interview without a degree, probably larger corporate companies, Fortune 500 companies. Again, if you wanted to work in brand strategy or be a brand manager for Johnson & Johnson, yeah, you probably will need a degree or maybe even an MBA. But outside of that, most people don't really care. And that's one of the things that I think is really cool about marketing. And I think it's really only been this way in marketing for maybe the past, 10 years. I think prior to that, I think people maybe did look at degrees more. One of the things I like about marketing these days is that it's very similar to sales, in the sense that people don't really give a shit about your background. They don't really care where you got your college degree from or where your GPA is. One of the neat things about sales is if you can sell, if you can bring money in, people aren't going to care where you went to college. They're not going to care what color your skin is, what religion you are, people aren't going to care about anything if you can sell and make them money. And sales is one of the few areas, I know sales isn't for everybody, but sales is one of the few areas where without a college degree, you can make a shitload of money. And really, sales is one of the few things outside of having your own business where the sky's the limit and really you determine what you're going to earn. I got a good buddy who he's like a natural salesman, very charismatic, has a kind of a great personality, very likable. And he was working retail sales for a number of years, right? He was working at a store in the mall, so it was retail, but it was more like high-end retail. He did get commissions. He did pretty well there, but just it didn't really work with his lifestyle, right? It's a lot of nights, it's a lot of weekends, it's working holidays, and he kind of hated that, so he wound up landing a job with CDW, and apparently CDW doesn't require degrees. They're a pretty large company, corporate company. They sell like computers, printers, servers. They also sell like networking and security and like services and things like that as well. It's typically a job that attracts new college grads, and it's kind of a burn 'em and churn 'em type atmosphere. Most people don't last very long. Most people probably last 6 months to a year. But if you're good at sales, you can actually do quite well there. And he went from working retail to making $100,000 a year plus within probably about a year, year and a half, getting into sales. Now we're talking about marketing, not sales, but that's one of the things that's kind of cool about marketing is if whether through content marketing, social media, PPC ads, SEO, if you can bring more traffic and bring more money into a business, I don't really give a shit if you have a degree, right? Like there's plenty of people who have degrees who uh, can't market to save their life. So I would much rather have somebody without a degree who actually knows what they're doing. And one of the cool things about marketing is everything is very measurable, especially again today with technology, with things like Facebook ads, Google ads. If you can spend $2 and through that ad that I'm spending your $2, I can bring you back five. It's a no-brainer that you're going to want to continue to try to scale that up. And again, that's one of the cool things about marketing is your performance can speak for itself. As you start to work with clients, you can kind of develop some case studies. And what I mean by that is like right now I'm working with an oral surgeon, right? And kind of the goal that we have set forth is 2 all-on-4 procedures a month. Now, an all-on-4 procedure is where they pull out all your teeth and they basically put, I forget if it was 4 screws or 6 screws into your jaw, and then they basically give you like, I guess for lack of a better word, like permanent implants. But basically they look great. You basically have a whole new set of teeth. It's all done in a day. This can wind up costing like $40,000 to $80,000, so it's an expensive procedure. So the goal right now is I bring 2 qualified all-on-4 procedure leads per month. Now, if I'm able to do 2 or more per month, this guy's going to be thrilled with me. He's probably going to wind up recommending me to his friends. And then if I wanted to cold call or pitch other dentists or oral surgeons, hey, look, here's this dentist I work with. I came in, it was a brand new practice. They had no Google My Business set up. They weren't doing any PPC ads. There was no SEO. I set up a Google My Business. I submitted them to directories. We refined a Google Ads campaign, and I wound up bringing him 6 all-on-4 patients a month, plus another 4 implants and wisdom teeth extractions. I can go to another dentist and show a track record of what I've done, and to me, that's a lot more valuable than a degree, and I think that's the case with most businesses. One of the things about marketing degrees, you're not really learning anything that's going to help you tactically in terms of like everyday stuff. So you come out of school with a marketing degree, maybe you have some idea about statistics and analytics and like some general marketing theory, but like if I asked you to run a Google Ads PPC campaign or to set up a Facebook ad or to do some like on-site optimization to try to rank a website, like you probably wouldn't have a clue about any of this because they don't actually teach you any of that in the school. So I think there's a lot more value in learning on your own, in taking courses, getting certifications. And I'm not talking about some YouTuber's course. I'm talking like legitimate courses from, Moz or Google or something like that, where I'm not talking about little like bullshit courses. But to me, that's one of the cool things about marketing. Now, will not having a degree disqualify you from some positions? Well, maybe it will. But is it worth, I think the average student debt right now is about $37,000. Is it worth $37,000 just to have that piece of paper? In my opinion, no, especially when we look at Austin, what Austin said he wanted to do, which was not be a brand manager for a Fortune 500 company. People aren't really going to care about that degree. So I would say in your case, it's probably not worth getting the degree. I'd love to kind of stir up some discussion with people watching the video. I know we have a lot of marketers here, a lot of people who run their own businesses, a lot of freelancers. What are your thoughts on a college degree? Do you have a college degree? Did you go to college for marketing? Are you using it? Have you ever used it? Do you feel like you've needed it? Has it helped you at all? In my case, I actually have a degree, not in marketing, I have a degree in organizational communication, so I did take a lot of marketing classes. Kind of a vague degree, not really specified towards anything, though I suppose you can kind of sell yourself into anything. I personally have I want to say I've never really used my degree, One of my first jobs out of college was with a marketing. It wasn't even a marketing agency. I was basically like a middleman. So I'd run analytics on campaigns. So I was kind of the middleman between media buyers and an ad agency. So if somebody bought 6 million impressions for the new Kung Fu Panda movie, and this campaign's supposed to run 3 months, I'm tracking every day, making sure that they're not blowing out, 1 million impressions a day, and this campaign's going to run its course in a week when it's supposed to run, 3 months or whatever it is. So that's kind of what I did. Could I have gotten that job without a degree? Maybe, maybe not. But I mean, outside of that, I've never actually used my degree. And one of the things, like I said, that I really like about marketing, especially in today's day and age where an average Joe with no marketing experience, without a lot of money, without working with a company or having clients, I mean, you can set up your own blog and try to rank it. You can set up your own YouTube channel. You can set up your own Shopify store and run PPC ads to it. Like, you can get a lot of this experience yourself, either cheaply, if not completely free, and maybe find a friend or family member who has a business, offer to work for free for them to kind of use them as a case study, and now you have a case study that you can bring to other businesses. And in my opinion, that's a lot more valuable than a college degree. So that's my little rant on that. Austin, hope to I can't talk today. Hope it helped you out, buddy. Anybody else who has experiences or thoughts on this topic who'd like to drop a comment, go ahead and drop it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.